Well, let me ask you something. When you think about Vladimir Putin, you probably think of power, control, and strength, right? But what if I tell you that 2025 has given Putin his biggest blow so far? And no, it's not just about soldiers or tanks. You see, this blow is much deeper. It hits money, power, and Russia's future itself. For years, Putin believed in one thing very strongly, that Russia can survive any pressure. Sanctions, he said Russia would adapt. Isolation, he said the world needs Russia. War costs, he said the Russian economy is strong. And honestly, for some time, it looked like he was right. But in 2025, something changed. Not suddenly, not loudly, but very clearly. The biggest blow to Putin in 2025 so far is the slow but serious collapse of Russia's economy and energy confidence. Now you might say, wait, Russia is still selling oil, right? Yes, but here is the real story. You see, oil and gas are Russia's lifeline. Before the Ukraine war, around 40% of Russia's government income came from energy exports. That money paid for soldiers, missiles, pensions, and public support. But in 2025, this system is cracking. Ukraine has started targeting Russian oil refineries and fuel storage sites far inside Russian territory. Not once, not twice, again and again. These are not symbolic attacks. These attacks reduce fuel supply, export capacity, and government income. According to energy analysts, Russia temporarily lost up to 15 to 20% of refining capacity during some months. That's huge. And here is the problem for Putin. You can hide battlefield losses, you can control news, but you cannot hide fuel shortages and rising prices. In early 2025, Russians started noticing fuel price jumps, regional shortages, and transport delays. And when normal people feel pressure in daily life, that's dangerous for any leader. Now let's step back a little. Historically, Russian leaders fall not because of invasion, but because the economy fails. The Tsar fell in 1971 because food prices exploded. The Soviet Union collapsed in 1991 because the economy broke. Putin knows this history very well. That's why this is a psychological blow, not just economic. At the same time, something else is happening. Russia is becoming more dependent on fewer friends. In 2025, Russia relies heavily on China and a small group of buyers. That means less bargaining power. Earlier, Russia could say, if Europe doesn't buy, someone else will. Now, Russia sells oil at discount prices, sometimes 20 to 30% below global rates. So even when Russia sells, it earns less. And less money means less military spending power, less social stability, and more pressure inside the system. Now let's talk about the war itself. In 2025, Russia is not winning fast. It's stuck in a long, expensive conflict with Ukraine. Ukraine is still standing, still fighting, still receiving support from NATO countries. This sends a dangerous message. Putin's red lines are not absolute, and when fear disappears, power weakens. Internationally, Putin is also more isolated than ever. The International Criminal Court arrest warrant still hangs over him. In 2025, Putin cannot freely travel. He cannot attend many global meetings. Russia is present, but Putin himself is missing. That hurts Russia's image as a global superpower. So when we ask, what is the biggest blow to Putin in 2025? It's the realization that Russia's long-term strength is weakening, not growing. Not tomorrow, not next week, but slowly. And that's the most dangerous kind of damage. Now the big question, what about the future? If this continues, energy incomes keeps falling, war costs keep rising, and young Russians keep leaving, then even a strong leader like Putin faces limits. Will Putin fall in 2026? Probably not. But as 2025 exposed the cracks in his system, yes, very clearly. And history shows us one thing, empires don't fall when they look weak, they fall when they still look strong, but cannot sustain it. So keep watching 2026, because this year may not end Putin's rule, but it may decide Russia's future.